A record number of aircrafts, ships and submarines participated in this year's Maritime Bilateral Exercise between the Singapore and Indian navies. Now in its 25th year, the Singapore-India Maritime Bilateral Exercise, Simbex, featured about 30 participating air, sea and underwater assets from the Republic of Singapore Navy and the Indian Navy in the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea. The exercise saw sailors from both navies train together in live firing exercises and naval warfare drills. Senior Navy officers from Singapore and India also made official calls to the other side. The militaries of both countries have held joint exercises and training for many years, with a number of bilateral agreements signed. The Army agreement was last renewed in 2013. While the bilateral Navy and Air Force agreements were exchanged in 2017. This year's Simbex featured anti-air, anti-surface, and anti-submarine warfare exercise scenarios, growing in scope and complexity from the first Simbex in 1994, which focused on anti-submarine warfare. Russia's prospects for arms sales to China remain undiminished by U.S. sanctions after the country signed new weapons contracts at China's major air show. Rosoboronexport, Russia's state arms seller, said it signed 3 more weapons contracts with China during the Zhuhai Air Show. The sanctions were related to China's purchase of Su-35 combat aircraft in 2017 and equipment related to the S-400 surface-to-air missile system in 2018. China ordered 24 Sukhoi 35s, 10 of which were delivered last year. China bought the jets and missiles from Rosoboronexport, which was blacklisted in 2017 when the law known as the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act took effect. The Chinese military was sanctioned because of its significant transactions with Rosoboronexport, the U.S. said. Rosoboronexport, which sells more than 85% of Russia's military exports, is putting on its largest-scale exhibition of the year at Zhuhai, the biggest exhibition of military and civilian aviation products in mainland China. The arms dealer has brought together Russia's 14 largest defense industry manufacturers in a 1,500 square meter exhibition space to drive sales at the biennial show. The Russian companies also are trying to appeal to civilian buyers. China bought 20 ANSAT lightweight Russian helicopters as air ambulances and 6 Mi-171A2 medium utility helicopters. Seoul says both Koreas complete disarming 22 guard posts. The North and South Korean militaries have completed withdrawing troops and firearms from 22 frontline guard posts as they continue to implement a wide-ranging agreement reached in September to reduce tensions across the world's most fortified border, a South Korean Defense Ministry official said. South Korea says the military agreement is an important trust-building step that would help stabilize peace and advance reconciliation between the rivals. South Korea reportedly has about 60 guard posts, bunker-like concrete structures surrounded with layers of barbed wire fences and manned by soldiers equipped with machine guns and mortars, stretched across the ironically named demilitarized zone. The 248-kilometer border buffer peppered with millions of landmines has been the site of occasional skirmishes between the two forces since the 1950-1953 Korean War. The North is believed to have about 160 guard posts within the DMZ.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like the channel and want to support, please support on Patreon or PayPal. The details are given below in the description.